welcome to another episode of the Protagonist Seat.
Oh, yeah, it's the Protagonist Seat.
St. Patty's Day edition.
Oh, it's a special episode, is it then?
Aye, St. Patty's Day is today, and we're all in green. We've decked out our anime in green.
Unfortunately, we're not talking about any Irish anime.
No.
We're talking about Italian anime.
Yes, some very good Italian anime.
Yes. Oh, but we should introduce ourselves first, like we always do.
Oh, yes, otherwise people won't know us. I'm Sean O'Houlihan McMurphy, man.
I'm a Seamus McLeahy.
Fuck off, Lee. I guess it would be frig off, Leahy.
Yeah.
But anyway, we're not really those good old Irish boys.
Yeah.
It's your good
I'm
old...
kind of Irish, so.
You're kind of Irish. I'm not. It's your good old friends, Ian and Alex.
Yeah.
From the Protag Seat.
Yeah, Ian's back. James is gone. Ian had to fight for his spot back. He killed James.
I killed him because ain't no one be doing that.
It's disgusting. We haven't moved the corpse or anything. He's just lying there next to the table.
It's fine. He'll be fine.
He's okay. He's in a better place.
Yeah, just keep an eye on him.
Only dreams now.
Only dreams. But anyway, Shoujo,
I don't like the new OP as much as I liked Fighting Gold.
I also do not like the new OP. I think it's kind of boring.
Yeah, but the new ED
is real good.
It is fire. I like it way better than freaking you.
Yeah, they switched it up. So the OP is bad now, but the ED is good.
We got Modern Crusaders by Enigma.
And it's real good. It's real good, son. But now we're starting a new arc in the JoJo storyline. They gotta escape.
Yeah, we're done with them. We're done with them fighting the assassins. Now they are.
Now they're the assassins.
Yeah, they're trying to assassinate the boss.
Even though Metallica is still out there.
Yeah.
That dude is still bumming around somewhere.
Mm-hmm. I think his name's Nero.
Nero? Well, Nero's gonna show up at some point, probably.
There's always a Nero.
Yeah.
There's a Nero in everything.
There's always a Nero.
Devil May Cry just came out. Nero in that.
Devil May Cry. Everyone's favorite Nero.
Yeah, everyone's favorite character.
Everyone's always like, man, screw Dante.
Yeah.
We need Nero.
That was the best part of 4.
It was great. But anyway, let's not talk about Devil May Cry 4. Let's forget about it. Maybe we will. But now we're talking about...
We're probably not going to.
We're probably not going to.
No.
Instead, we're going to talk about Crash.
And Talking Heads.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so they now have to go up against 2 stand users at once, which is the optimal strategy. I don't know why it's always like 1 stand user versus 6.
This is weird because a stand user has attacked them without announcing their presence. Like they just attacked.
Yeah, normally it's, hey, I'm an enemy stand user. Let me pose and flex in front of you for a little bit while explaining how my stand works.
Yeah, this is like how I think a real stand battle would work. They just kind of attack out of nowhere and are like, we gotta do everything we can to make sure that no one knows what our stands do.
And granted, they do pose and flex, but it's in private with each other.
Yes, with each other.
These guys are very...
they're very gay.
Yeah, they are very gay.
They're all up on each other. But they attack Narancia. Oh no, my favorite character.
I love this scene. Basically, they decide to stop and get something to eat because they're all hungry, and Giorno's just kind of keeping watch, and they're all on the lookout. And a guy walks by and bumps into Narancia. Narancia spills a little bit of wine on him, and the guy's pissed off and like grabs him by the collar and starts shouting at him, "Hey, this suit's really expensive. What are you gonna do to pay me back?" And then Narancia smashes his wine glass against the guy and then starts attacking him. And he goes like, "Hey, this guy must be an enemy." And then Mista starts kicking him. And it's this one scene where just Abakio's sitting there quietly while they're both kicking this dude on the ground. He takes a sip of his wine, then gets up and starts kicking him too.
And they're all just it's so good because they're all just ganging up on this poor guy. And then Abakio is like, hold on. He's not a stand user. Look at him. He's unconscious. Basically, they beat this poor dude into unconsciousness. And they talk about how they talk about the wine stain for a little bit. Because they're like, man, Narancia, wine's real hard to get out of a white suit. But you know where it is? It kind of looks like a button. So maybe you could lie about it. And then Narancia he's eating his soup. He's eating some soup, and then his spoon is gone.
Yeah, and then he sees there's like a piranha in his soup.
Yeah, a scary, spoopy Jaws fin comes out, and it's like, oh no, it's an enemy stand in the soup.
But before he could say anything, it bites off his tongue.
Yes, which is pretty smart, because it keeps him from raising the alarm until he begins smashing things and freaking out, and everyone's like, Mister, what's wrong?
Yeah, and it takes a bit for everyone to figure out what's going on, where you think if anyone's acting strange, you should be like, hey, we must be under attack. But it's like, hey, Narancia's acting pretty weird.
Narancia's acting real strange.
It's not like we are going up against people with strange ghost powers that can make weird things happen.
This is one of those moments where it's like, guys, I know you're smarter than that. I know you're smarter than that. And eventually he gets the point across.
Basically, the only person I think is kind of intelligent this episode is Giorno, because he's the only one that's like, maybe there's a reason Narancia's acting so weird.
It's like a more poorly set up version of the episode in part 3 where, against Death 13, where, Kakuin is like freaking out about the baby.
Yeah.
Because he's the only one who remembers the dreams.
At least with that, though, everyone's mind was erased.
Yeah, so it makes sense.
Also, the part where he gets his tongue back, but every time he tries to tell the truth, he ends up lying, and he doesn't understand why, which is the second stand, Talking Heads.
Talking Heads.
Which is actually in control of his tongue. But yeah, so Mista starts asking me, he's like, did you actually really see something? He's like, nope, no way, I didn't. He's like, so you were just lying the whole time? And I'm like, he was missing his tongue for a little bit, and you guys all saw that.
Yeah, you guys noticed that his tongue was missing. And then freaking Mista's like, it was small, but it was also like a boulder. So, you're like, Mista begins at one point spouting basically gibberish, and people are just like, Narancia, why you acting so weird, bud? What you're saying ain't making sense. And it basically takes a whole episode for Giorno to be like, I wonder if there's a stand messing up his speech.
Yeah, none of them bother with that.
This episode made me a little mad.
It's like, man, why is Narancia covering his mouth the whole time?
How come he's just peeing and he is shouting at us to stare at him? What's he doing? A member of our party has just started acting very erratic. He must just be having a weird day.
Yeah, I was actually getting a little frustrated this episode too.
Guys, for once, the one person I'm not irritated at is Narancia.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
It's like, yeah. Come on. Oh, but we find out in this episode that it's not going to end here in Venice, that they got to get to the island of Sardinia.
Yes, because...
Yep, that's where, I guess, Trisha's mom met the boss.
Yes, and she's like, if that's the earliest recorded place of the boss, then his past is probably there. So they're all like, cool, maybe we'll figure it out in Sardinia. And I'm thinking they probably will. Also,
I've noticed something's up with Bruno, because he didn't eat at all.
He did not eat it.
Giorno noticed in the previous episode that he didn't bleed either when he cut himself.
Yes, so Giorno notices that something's weird with the capo.
His soul left his body. I'm pretty sure he is like a corpse that's being just kind of... Yeah. He's kind of barely keeping going.
Yeah, there is something tethering his, like, one small piece of his soul to the plane of existence, or something's up with him.
If get golden experience, can do that bullshit stuff.
Yeah. Apparently it can kind of bring people back from the dead.
Bet Crazy Diamond wishes it could do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Crazy Diamond's great, though. I love Crazy Diamond.
Yeah, it's more practical and realistic.
And it actually makes sense. It has rules that it follows.
Yeah. Apparently we're only in for more bullshit with Golden Experience, so get ready.
That doesn't surprise me, but that's fine, because I like everyone else's characters more.
Moving on. The Rising of the Shield Hero. So he finally gets to tell off Sword Guy and Bow Guy that they're just fucking everything up.
Yeah, I actually kind of laughed at this scene, because basically everybody is in the bar because apparently there's like one inn in this one town that everyone goes to.
In the episode, they finally head back to the capital after being out for a while, because he goes to some country to the north that got all ruined because Bow Guy helped a revolution destabilize it.
Yep, the lead up from the rumor where he heard that Bow Guy was being a masked vigilante.
Yeah, it turns out when you overthrow a government without any real plans to put in another government, it doesn't really work out well.
Yeah, it doesn't work. It doesn't go very well, and people are either refugees or in a bad situation, and it's not good. So our good merchant boy, sets up an emergency soup kitchen.
And then he goes back to the capital because the waves are going to be coming soon, and he hears about this thing called, like, class upgrades or stuff.
Class up?
Yeah, because, they're in an RPG. So, he goes there, and it turns out the church won't help them because they're dicks.
Yeah, because they're assholes. It looks like you gotta find another country, bud, because we're not gonna help you.
And then he goes and talks to the friendliest slave merchant.
I love how relevant he always is to the plot. Like he's always just around whenever he needs something important, and it's great.
And he tells them about a bunch of other countries, and there's apparently one that's actually super cool towards humans, even though it's mostly beast folk, and it's called like Shield something.
Yeah, something tells me it was founded by the Shield Hero, a past Shield Hero.
Yep, or either that or they just really like the Shield Hero there.
It's full of demi-humans, and the Shield Hero seems real popular among demi-humans.
But he doesn't have time to go there because the wave's gonna happen before then.
Yeah, so he's gotta fight the wave first, and then he's gonna figure out how to get over there.
But instead, he buys a bunch of upgraded weapons from the slave merchant guy.
And this episode is he gets new talent, sweet ass new talents for Philo. But this episode he's being followed around by this group of jobbers who are like, "But we want to join you, Shield Sama.
We want to fight with the Shield here." And he's like, "Okay, get together, scrounge up 150 silver pieces, and I'll let you join me."
Yeah,
and they're like,
buy this crappy leftover accessory for 150 silvers. And everyone's like, "Now, Fumi, what are you doing?"
Yeah, isn't that a dick move? But then at the end you find out it wasn't. He was just, because once they get it all together, like, "Hey, we got you the money you asked for." And he's like, "Okay, use it to buy yourselves better equipment."
Yeah, buy yourselves not shitty equipment so I don't have to worry about you dying all the time.
And then they're just like, "Oh, he's like a tough love dad."
Oh, tough love dad, Sama.
But yeah, and then they go to the bar, and then he hears, I know the sword guy is Ren, Ren and the bow guy talking.
Yeah, Bow Boy.
Bow Boy.
Because that dude is obviously like 15.
Yeah. And they're talking about a bunch of epic stuff they did, but then they mentioned that they didn't really get the rewards for their stuff because someone else stepped in and
discussing like someone's impersonating us and taking these rewards. We gotta figure out who the imposter is.
And then they figure out very quickly, oh, it's Narufumi, and he's getting them because he actually solves the problem.
Yeah, because they basically go up and confront him and are like, why are you impersonating us and taking our rewards? And now Fumi is just like, "Guys, I'm not taking your rewards. Your request got canceled because you fucked up super bad."
Boy doesn't believe it, but when he mentions the undead dragon thing, and he's like, "Hey, logically, leaving a corpse around isn't a good idea," and then Ren's like, "He's right."
Huh. I never thought about that before. And Boy's like, "I don't believe you. Why do you believe him, Ren?" And Ren's just like,
he doesn't have a reason to lie.
Why would he lie about that? It is a logical thing.
So far, Ren is proving to be the best out of the other heroes.
Which is weird. It's weird to have edgy Kirito character being like, yeah, I get it.
Yeah, I fucked up.
Yeah. And Boboy also makes a Spider-Man reference. Because he's like, we gotta tell him that with great power comes great responsibility.
And it causes Narufumi to do a spit take.
He's like, what a goober.
Yeah, what do you know about great power and great responsibility?
And he even references it to the kid. He's even like, I didn't realize you were bitten by a spider recently. It's real good. It made me pretty happy. But it was a chill episode.
Next episode, the wave is coming.
The wave, we're gonna have new jobbers.
And we get to see a fan holding lady from the OP that apparently looks like really strong.
Yeah, she looks like a tough lady.
She looks like she's gonna fuck them all up, and then everyone's gonna get a reality check.
Yeah, I kind of hope so.
Mm.
Maybe we should work together. Nah, we'll wait for the last wave.
Just wait till the end. We'll do it later.
Yeah, kind of like the Promised Neverland.
So in the previous episode, we realized Norman can't escape over the wall because
cliffs.
It's a cliff.
Can't do much about a cliff.
But he reveals information that he found out that all of the cliffs kind of go around sort of it's like an octagon where basically
I remember this because Norman does some real clever math shit. He discovers it is a hexagon.
Yeah, hexagon.
That all converges on one point, and one of the wedges, I believe it's the wedge opposite them, is the gate. That's the end point. It's the bridge. It's the only escape route. And he reveals this information to Emma and Norman, and is like
Emma and Ray.
Ray, sorry. And he's like, hold on, guys. Let me turn in my inventory because I'm gonna be leaving the party. And everyone's real bummed as fuck about this.
He gives them both a hug and thanks them because at this point they still want to try to come up with a solution, but they realize there really isn't a quick thing.
There's not a thing for Norman.
Because they're like, what if you just hide in the woods and stuff? And he even knows that's like such a temporary solution that it wouldn't work.
And if he did end up escaping, it would just ruin the plans for everyone else. Yeah. So Norman,
he bites the bullet.
He takes one for the team,
and he gives back to them the taser thing because he never used it on himself.
Yeah, because that would be playing that card way too soon.
And Isabella even offers to Emma. She's like, "Hey, I know you're really sad now, but you don't have to be. I could recommend you as a candidate to be a mom."
Yeah, Emma doesn't take this well.
Emma's like, "No,
I'm not doing that. Fuck you." And she's like, all right. And she actually looks a little bit sad about it as she leaves. Because she's got that cold-ass mom expression, but then she gets to the door and it drops a little bit. And it is a tearful goodbye to our smartest boy, Norman.
Yep, everyone's saying goodbye to him, and you get a little bit before, like, some flashbacks and stuff when he was younger and he was sick, and Emma and him made, like, one of those, like, 2 cans with the string in between to talk.
Yeah, the cup phone.
And he ends up, that's the only thing he packs in his suitcase.
Because he doesn't need any clothes.
Yeah, Isabella's even like, she's like, you didn't really pack anything in your suitcase. And he's like, well, I'm not going to need it.
Yeah. Yeah. We both know I'm not going to need it.
And as he's saying goodbye to everybody, Emma actually pulls a stunt where she jumps on him and pulls out the taser, and she whispers in his ear, she's like, I'll distract Mom, go, run. But instead he flips her and secretly takes it away from her.
He's like, no, man. Yeah. We can't do this. We've been over this. I can't. And not everyone's going to escape this one, Emma.
And then Isabella goes over and gives Emma a hug, and she's just like, I know it's sad that Norman's leaving. If you do anything like that again, I'm going to kill you.
Yeah, it is some savage shit, but it's what I expect of spookiest mom.
And then Norman is led to the gate, and as he gets there, it's the same as last time with the truck there, and she leads him to a side room.
Yeah, she's like, would you mind waiting in this room for a little bit for me? And part of me really wants, like, There's still part of me that's like, there's games of chess we don't even see going on. There's something about the room.
Yeah, we didn't see Norman die, so I'm going to say he is not dead yet.
Yeah, because I'm assuming from this point that other people who have been just like straight up ass deaded killed don't make it into the room.
Also,
like they go in, gate shuts, and then they're dead.
We were always constantly like they've always constantly let us know how important specifically Norman, Ray, and Emma are.
Yeah.
So.
But Emma, yeah. I'm thinking Emma is the main character. Because Emma feels the most like the main.
I think Emma's the protagonist.
Out of the three.
I know Emma's the protagonist.
Yeah, actually, yeah. It's because it's not Ray. It's not Ray. And it's definitely not Norman now, because Norman's gone.
Yeah.
But Norman is gone, and
they have like another 2 months before someone else gets shipped out, and Dawn and Gilda notice that Ray and Emma are just
they're down.
They just gave up.
Yeah, it looks like they gave up. I say looks like.
Yeah, because at the end of the episode, it's Ray is the next to be shipped out in 2 days.
It is the night before Ray is done.
And he's just in the dining room in the dark by himself, and Emma shows up, and she's like, "What are you doing?" He's like, "I'm just humming, saying goodbye to the house." And then he closes his book and looks at her and goes, "You didn't really give up, did you, Emma?" And both of them have this face of just...
We get the scary face. We get the spooky eyes out of them, knowing they did not give up, which makes me real happy, because it would be a real... Well, I know the ending wouldn't be, oh, everyone gives up, because there's more.
This is a long-running Shonen Jump series.
Exactly. They don't just give up and die, and that's it. So yeah, I'm excited.
We got like 2 episodes left, I think, so now it's time to implement the escape.
Yeah, we don't even know what the plan is. They kept us in the dark.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm excited.
So I think the next one's probably going to be revealing what they were secretly doing the whole time. And then the final one is going to be the escape.
Yes. I back that. I back that.
He backs it.
I backs it. Almost as much as I back freaking Kaguya-sama Love is War, because the show is amazing and I love it.
Oh, love you, mister! Oh, mister!
Love is war, love is war, love is war!
So, the previous episode ended with them both sleeping in the same bed while Kaguya was sick.
Lasting plot effects.
And in this one, I think the first one is where they're arguing about who should eat a piece of cake.
Tension builds, and naturally, since these people can't, this is an anime, people can't just talk about their problems. You can't admit you like someone, because that means you lose.
Mm-hmm.
So naturally, instead of being like, hey, that was a thing that happened, instead their tension just builds to the point where some small minor infraction becomes an hour-long argument over who's gonna eat this cake. And we got Ishigami in the room.
And he realizes, he's like, I made such a mistake. I shouldn't have eaten the first piece.
There were only 2 pieces. If I hadn't eaten that piece, they wouldn't be doing this.
And he realizes the best solution is to go get Chika to basically mediate.
Yeah, for once we get a scene where Ishigami leaves the room, but not of sorrow. He jumps into action, getting friend police Chika to come eat the cake.
Yeah, and basically they both bring up times from their past that each of them said that, like, you know, remembered, and they were both like, hey, how could, like, I'm surprised you even remember that. I have to itch my nose for a second. Fine, go ahead, itch away, and then, I can't believe he remembered that.
He remembered it. Or she remembered such a small moment.
And then they're both like, well, maybe I'll just, like, fine, we'll both feed each other the cake. And then as they're about to do that, Chika busts in as, like, the friend police.
And she eats it. She's
eats
like,
it, yep.
You guys argue over a cake, I eat your cake.
Yeah.
I drink your milkshake.
I drink your milkshake. I drink it up. And then...
How's that for an obscure reference for you? Who's going to get that one?
Is it even obscure, though?
I don't know.
I feel like that... I I'll put it this way. I've never seen that movie, but I know that scene.
Yeah, but I never hear the reference anymore, so I'm not sure.
Well,
Guys, reach out to us on Twitter at Protagonist Seat and let us know. Is that an obscure reference?
Is it an obscure reference?
Probably on an anime podcast.
Yeah. There will be blood.
There will be blood. But there won't be cake. There won't be cake because Chica ate it.
No, no cake. No milkshakes either.
No milkshakes. Which one is... I know the last two subplots, but I can't remember which one comes first.
The second one is where they're both getting advice.
Okay, and then it ends with the summer trip plans.
Yeah. So the second one, they are getting advice.
It's a nice little turn.
Yeah. So the girl that went to Kaguya before for advice, she's now going to her, and for some reason, the president goes to Ishigami.
He goes.
He was like, "So why are you coming to me for advice?" He's like,
"Yeah, I don't know. You're my friend, and I don't have many options." And he's like,
"Well, I have read a lot of romance manga.
I read a lot of rom-com manga, so I think I have what you need."
And yeah, he gets the worst advice from Ishigami too, because they're both explaining the situation that happened when Kaguya pulled him into her bed, and his whole thing is just basically like, "What? That woman sounds like a lunatic." He's like, clearly, like he does like a classic rant where he's like, "Such double standards."
Yeah, she seems like your typical black-haired, flat-chested type in any anime, and I was like, it's because the writers,
and
writers,
and
hanging
Shirogane
lanterns.
in his head is just like, man, once you get him going, he just doesn't stop.
I guess I'll just let him go until we die here under this tree from old age.
But basically, they resolve it by, because Kaguya can't mention the girl. She's like, yeah, he's such an asshole. And she's like, I can't mention that I'm, like, more upset that he didn't do anything.
Yeah, because the girl... And it's funny because the girl she's talking to is like, this is obviously Kaguya, but she doesn't want to let me know that it's Kaguya's problem, so it's that I have a friend who has this problem, and Ishigami's like, you wouldn't be so cliched to do that, President, right? And President's like, nah, no, definitely not.
But basically, at the end, he walks past Kaguya, and he's like, Kaguya, or Shinomiya, I lied. I did lay a finger on you. And she's just like, really? And he's like, I touched your lips.
I laid one finger on your lips.
And that's enough to make her happy.
Yep, it makes her happy, and she turns around and she puts her finger on his lips, and she's like, now we're even. And I was like, oh, this show's getting a little too saucy for me. I don't know. Oh,
Getting saucy.
Let's
not have anyone in the room while watching this.
This is one I can't watch with the old rents. This is me private my room one.
Oh. And then the last one, they are bringing back up the fact that they wanted to go on a summer trip.
Everything comes full circle. Ouroboros.
But they're having a hard time because they can't just go just the two of them.
Of course not, because what would everyone else think?
They're relying on Chica. But turns out...
Shirogane relies on Chica.
Yeah.
Kaguya has fully given up at this point. She's like, I know I can't rely on Chica. I know I can't do that.
He's like, Chica, well, you wanted to go on a summer trip, right? She's like, yeah, I'm actually going with my family, though, to, like,
we're going
Hawaii.
to Hawaii. And then later, she's like, actually, that week they're going somewhere else on some trip. They're going to Spain to, like, a tomato festival.
Yeah.
And... Best friend, sad boy, and Ishigami steps in.
You know what? I actually would probably want to go on a trip, because I'm a freshman, you guys are second years, so, we don't have long left since you'll probably be busy studying for college exams.
I'd like to at least go make memories once. And everyone's like, gah!
And they're like, we can rely on him instead somehow.
By an act of God, Ishigami has come through and been like, I'd like to go on a trip.
So they talk about, I think, going to a festival that's coming up one time.
Yeah, it's in, like, August.
Yeah, and Chica's like, what, you guys can't go on this thing without me? And then, like, Ishigami steps in, he's like, You really don't have any right to say that since you're going on all these
Yeah.
trips. Are we supposed to just sit around and not do anything?
You're gonna have fun on all these trips, and you just want us to not do anything. That's kind of unfair.
And she basically pouts and just cries, and she's like, Ishigami, you're the worst. I hate you. And then she runs away, and he's about to get up like,
I did it again.
yeah, I did it again. I'm going home. And they both, and yeah, he puts a hand on his shoulder, and Kaguya puts a hand on his back, and they're like, no, Ishigami, you were in the right today.
I'm so happy. I'm so happy for our sad boy.
He had a win today.
Ishigami. It's not what they said in the episode, but it's official. Ishigami wins. Because he didn't actually mess something up super bad for once.
Yeah. And that was that this week.
I like this show a lot.
Quintessential quintuplets, though.
I like this show a lot, too.
Yeah, this was actually a good episode. Nino didn't look like a potato in this one.
Yeah, I think someone higher up stepped in and was like, we know you like Miku, but you gotta at least be fair to the other girls.
Maybe not, though, because, this, like, I don't know, Miku, I think it's just because she doesn't have a large part in this specific arc, but this was a Nino Ichika-focused episode.
Yep, they're at their camp, and they're doing the test of courage, and they're doing all kinds of stuff.
Basically, Yotsuba and Futaro are in the woods scaring people as part of their class's thing, and he ends up scaring Itsuki so bad that she runs off.
She sprints. First off, I gotta give Futaro some major bonus points for his elaborate execution on this one, because Yotsuba's like, we gotta really step it up for people that know us. So they tie him upside down by his ankles from a tree and just have him drop down and scare people. That, you get points from me, man. I would not do that.
And because Nino ends up trying to run after her, but she ends up lost and alone.
Because they go down the dangerous path.
She then runs into Futaro, who went to help her, except he's wearing his blonde wig.
Yep.
And you'd think someone with four identical sisters would be able to tell, people apart easier.
No.
She immediately assumes he is not him and a different person.
She's like, oh my god, it's gotta be that guy from a photo that I saw that was really old. It has to be that one same person.
Yeah. And she just assumes that it is his cousin that he mentioned one time, and he, instead of clearing it up, decides to roll with it.
Well, because he's like, oh my god, because he's kind of dumb, so he's assumes...
No, he's the smartest kid in his grade.
He's kind of dumb. And he is, because his natural assumption is like, oh my god, if she finds out that it's me, she's gonna use it as leverage against me. And it's like,
no,
dog,
this would be leverage against her.
Yeah, you know she really likes the dude in this photograph. You know that, right? You. This is a thing she has said in front of you. She told you this dude was really hot to your face, and instead you were like, huh, it's my cousin.
I saw an edit of there's this screen cap Twitter post of this girl posting a picture of this guy and why can't I find a guy like this, and then the comments, hey, and then just immediately no, and then he's like, I'm literally the guy in the picture. Except they edit it with Nino and Futaro.
Yeah, that's pretty good. I like that a lot. And you know what, it is 100% accurate.
Yeah.
Also, I would like to put forth, he does not simply approach her in the woods. He comes out of the bushes wearing a black trench coat because he needs to cover up his clown outfit.
Yeah.
That's not good. That doesn't look good.
And he tries to make her not like him by being like, man, I just want to drink and smoke and blow off teachers and not listen to any of the rules.
It is the equivalent of just walking around shouting, man, I love blowing off homework and underage drinking.
And she's like, I figured you would be cool. That's awesome.
I knew you were a cool bad boy. Oh, it's so good.
But he ends up making the mistake of promising to dance with her at the fire, but he already promised Ichika, technically.
This dude is gonna dance with so many ladies at this freaking fire. Because we've got Ichika behind closed doors to Miku being like, hey, do you want to switch places during the fire? That'd be okay. It's complicated. It's a complicated web.
And then he has to go and get the logs to basically build like the bonfires. And
Yes.
he ends up doing that with Ichika, and they end up getting locked in the shed together.
Yep. After a sequence where Futaro
he accidentally
basically
makes her cry.
Yeah.
Because he's like, hey, do you want to just call off the dance? And then he notices, like, oh.
Here's the thing that irritates me about his reasoning behind that is like, man, his thoughts immediately prior to that statement are, man, I'm going to have to choose between sisters. Hey, Ichika, do you want to call off our dance? Like, my dude, you just openly admitted, basically, that you would rather put on a wig, pretend to be someone else, and dance with Nino.
Who is currently his least favorite, I'm betting.
Exactly. Who is objectively terrible to you. Instead of dancing with Ichika.
Also, she doesn't know it's you. You just never have to show up and be like, I'm not the blonde dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not him. I don't know.
Be mad at him. I don't know where he is.
Yeah. You could literally get off that scot-free. And instead you're willing to openly sabotage yourself.
Yeah. But then he realized he made Ichika cry, and then after they kind of hide because people show up, and because they were hiding, they get locked in the shed.
Yeah. So they're going to have to burn each other to survive.
Nope, yeah. So next week we get, romantic tension in the shed.
Oh, they're in the shed together. Oh, but there's a dance. What's going to happen? But there's like a shit ton more of this to go. So, yeah. But I like it. I enjoy this ride. I enjoy this emotional roller coaster for now.
If you want to really get on a ride, start reading the manga.
I don't...
Because every week is just a stressful,
I can't handle that.
Yeah.
And the reason I haven't is because I listen to you talking about it, and I'm like, I can't handle that. There's too much in there.
Because every week it's just everyone constantly trying to justify, like, why something is actually working out in their girl's favor.
I can't handle... There's a lot of, like... 19D games of chess going on this season. I can't handle all of it. It's too much. Much like the elaborate love triangle
of domestic girlfriend. So I guess it's fine if you're a creepy teacher, if you're a cool creepy teacher now, because it turns out creepy teacher is sick and they want to go visit.
For like 3 days.
Yeah, they go visit him. Turns out he isn't actually sick. He's an actual novelist that is just busy with a deadline.
And not only is he an actual novelist...
He is Natsuo's favorite novelist.
Yeah, because I love how just he casually brushes this off, because he's like, oh yeah, I'm a writer, I didn't tell the school about it, though, because I didn't want them doing any hokey stuff. And Natsuo's like, what's your pen name? And he's like, you whatever, Hirogashima or whatever. And Natsu, our boy, freaks out, and he's just like, oh yeah, I guess I saw him taking a book with my name on it. That's a real casual thing to see, because I can't say for this weird man, but if I was an undercover writer, but an English teacher at a school, and I saw one of my students being like, man, I really like this author, and my pen name was on the book, I would not casually toss that off. I would be psyched as hell about that. I wouldn't just be like, I guess he just kind of likes my book, whatever. I'd be like, my boy's got taste.
Yeah, my students have good taste.
You're my favorite. That's why I forcefully enroll you in my club.
Yeah,
you're my favorite.
That actually all makes sense now, too, why he forced him in his club, because he was reading his book.
I will surround myself with people who love my literature.
Now kiss.
Now kiss. I wonder how that's going to work now, because now he's in a dangerous position. His idol writer telling him to kiss some girl.
You gotta do it.
You gotta do it now. He's got too much leverage on him.
And the rest of the episode is him lying to Rui.
what could possibly go wrong? Except that he gets caught at the end of the episode.
He gets caught multiple times.
Yeah, he gets caught multiple times and then continues to make the same mistake without even taking a break.
Yeah.
Like
also, he breaks his leg this episode because he's teasing Book Girl and she elbows him and he falls down the stairs, which she is very sorry about.
She is super broken up about it. She is prostrating herself in front of everybody in his classroom like, I will pay your medical bills. I'm so sorry I pushed you downstairs.
It's like, it's okay. I think we have free health care in this country. I'm not sure.
It's not a big deal because the plot demands it. It doesn't even really affect my mobility. I can still get places.
Yeah. And he lies to Rui that he's spending time at his friend Fumiya's house.
Yes, best glasses friend.
Yeah, but he's just going to Hina's.
Yeah. And then she's like, yeah, I met him at the cafe, and he was like, you weren't going to my house. So that's, where are you going? And he's like, oh, actually, I was going to Momo's house. I was totally going to Momo's house.
Which, honestly, that's a weird one to bring up, too. Like, hey, you know this girl who's, like, very loose, and we almost one time.
Yeah, we almost one time.
I was going there and lying to you about it. But he wasn't actually going there. He was lying about that, too.
He's just digging himself in deeper with these lies. And then she's like, hey, actually, that's her closest friend at school. So
yeah, that's actually I remember when he brought that up, I'm like, that's the worst person to bring up.
Yeah. Sorry, I was just going to your best friend's house. Flawless.
Yeah, you'll never dig into that one.
Fucking knock that one out of the park.
And then he goes to Hina's house, and they're actually probably about to get it on, finally.
I'm about to get it on.
Which I was like, finally.
He's about to freak on her.
He's about to freak his teacher.
And then there's
Ding
a
dong.
knock at the door. Oh, no!
And then she opens the door, and then Rui shows up, and then she just drops her umbrella and runs away sad.
She sad runs through the rain, because of course it's raining.
Yeah,
that's how you know something's gonna go wrong. If it rains, something's about to happen. And then
yeah, he tracks her down on his bum leg.
I searched everywhere for you on my busted ass leg in a cast. That's why I'm all dirty.
Also, it's really hard to walk with only one crutch because I have to hold the umbrella in the other hand.
So I fell down a lot, so I'm real dirty. But I found you.
And then she basically asks me, she's like, do you like my sister? And he's like, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you know what? I think I prefer Hina over Rui.
I do too.
Because I just think the teacher thing is always like a lot like, that's the creme de la creme.
Yeah.
Kawakami, best romance option in Persona 5.
Kawakami, best girl.
Best girl.
Maid teacher. And Rui doesn't really strike me as someone who's being emotionally stable.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, I don't think anyone in this show is.
Probably not. There's a lot of messed up people in one place.
This is a soap opera, so you know, everyone's like one bad episode away from just like having an emotional breakdown.
Yeah, we're one bad episode away from the ending of School Days.
Yeah. But yeah, that's what happens this week.
Mahou Shoujo Spec Ops. Asuka.
Everyone fights their own individual battles.
There's a lot of smaller battles that comprise a big battle.
And that's the episode is just like one long fight that it's cutting in between different fights.
Yeah, and it's not going real good.
Yep, so best friend girls, Book Girl and Tomboy Girl, end up running through the streets as a bunch of teddy bears are just maiming people.
As a bunch of large teddy bears rip people limb from limb.
And they actually kind of save Mia.
Yes.
Because they call out, Book Girl actually calls out, she's like, behind you! And one of those little goblin things was about to shoot her.
Oh yeah, the enemies have guns now. They have magic guns. Which is just a thing they have.
I'm
now.
pretty sure I saw goblin rape happening too. To the point where I was like, is this like emulating Goblin Slayer?
It was about to happen.
Like, it was in the same position, too.
And it was Goblin Slayer level.
Yeah, but then
It
Mia
was
shows up.
slightly below Goblin Slayer level.
Yeah, nothing actually ended up happening, but then Mia comes and just shoots everything.
Because Mia is she's my, I like Mia a lot.
But yeah, she gets kind of fucked up because now they have guns, and so she took a couple of hits, and they ask her, Book Girl asks her, she's like, aren't you like, hurt or anything? She's like, yeah, it hurts a lot. And she's like, you're really strong. She's like, no, I'm only strong
because they made me strong.
Yeah, I didn't become a magic girl because I'm strong.
I'm strong because I became a magic girl.
Yeah.
And it's like, whoa, profound moments.
Oh, I think one of my favorite lines from this episode was magical Spetsnaz knife.
Yes, it is so good.
Yeah.
There's a scene where Russian girl she's getting messed up, and her response is to shoot her magical Spetsnaz knife into the eye of the thing that's crushing her, and it's so good.
And she shouts it like an attack name.
It doesn't even do anything special looking either.
It just shoots out,
which I think makes that so much better. Just to say something that should have this crazy special effect and then just pew, almost mundane, is real good.
But yeah, basically everyone's doing okay. Then they start losing because all the animals have guns now. And then Alphonse, I forget his name, and
this is like a weird total stop flow of combat, but I really wanted to bring this up on the podcast. One of the guys who is the stand users that's attacking the JoJo crew is voiced by the same dude who voices Private Ogata in Golden Kamui, and I really wanted to bring that up, but I forgot about it until just now. So back to Magical.
I think I know who you're talking about. It's the guy with the voice that's kind of like
oh, no,
the guy with the voice like this.
Yeah.
I think that guy voices Kaiba.
Holy shit!
Like
I think
Seto Kaiba.
I do think that guy voices Kaiba.
Yeah, he's the Japanese voice actor for Kaiba.
Everything is connected.
But again, because I'm so used to English Kaiba, or Yugi.
Yeah, Yugi.
My blue eyes white dragon, Yugi.
I need to beat you in a children's card game.
Yeah. But yeah, I noticed he's been in a lot of stuff recently.
Yeah.
Specifically, because I don't remember hearing him in a lot of stuff before, and he was just in FGO recently. He voices Sigurd.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
I forget because I'm not in that realm.
I scout ahead.
Yeah, I don't do that.
Yeah. But I scout ahead and I let you know what's coming up.
Exactly. Seto Kaiba is coming up with his Super Saber lightsaber.
Yeah. Because he looks like a fucking Sith Lord. But yeah, anyway, back to Magic Girl Spec Ops. Alphonse shows up with Chisato, who is the other Magic Girl, and they split off into two separate groups to fight. They basically, Chisato's job is to eliminate War Nurse.
Oh, and as they're coming down in the elevator, basically Japanese military higher-ups are like, we can't do this. We're sending in the back lines. You guys, Asuka... creepy war nurse, you guys, Kurumi, you're up. And I noticed something that made me very happy. The weird cat familiar they have.
He's like, let's fucking go.
They gave him a pistol and a ballistic vest, and as they're waiting for them to come down the elevator, he's like, I'm ready to kill. And it's so good. It makes me so happy.
He's a good mascot.
He's a good mascot.
And they split off into two fights where the general lady got fucked up by Alphonse, and Asuka's gonna fight him, and Kurumi's gonna fight Chisato.
I don't think it's gonna go very well for a lot of our girls. Part of me is a little worried about Mia, because they mentioned, hey, that wound in your side isn't bleeding, and she's like, yeah, if it means anything, I did try to stop the bleeding, but whatever.
No, I think they'll be good.
I hope so.
Because we gotta fight the Babel Brigade.
Oh yeah, Babel Brigade! but we're getting towards the end.
I feel like this show's kind of like we're just finishing a major thing without we probably got only a few episodes left. I don't think this is gonna get greenlit for a second season, and I know there's way more like in the manga for it.
This is definitely not gonna get greenlit for a second season.
No, I can't see this like destroying in Blu-ray DVD sales.
This is some niche bullshit.
But it's my niche.
In a niche bullshit market.
Yeah.
This is like sub-niche niche. It's down there.
Hey, do you want some like edgy, BDSM themed Magic Girl stuff?
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
do you like 80s action movies?
Yeah.
I guess so.
Well, we put them together.
We put them together and we made a thing. So, here. This appeals to me and a very small, select group of people.
Thank you. I will treasure this. I'll take it with me and I will treasure it in my safe little corner.
I will keep this forever. Thank arigato gozaimasu.
Danka.
Danke.
And girly Air Force, speaking of niche. Do you like girls and do you like military planes?
Yes. Strangely enough, yes. This is another show that really appeals to a very specific niche joy of mine.
Yeah, this is something that would also not get a second season.
No, definitely
In fact, I think
not.
everything on the later half of this list is just something that wouldn't get a second season.
Definitely not. But we get we get some stuff. Some stuff happens.
So he tries to decide how he's going to tell Minghua about how he's going to go and basically take back Shanghai.
And then they don't handle that.
Yeah, he just doesn't. He just says,
doesn't.
I have to do a very specific thing that I can't tell you about.
But know that you're my friend, and I appreciate you as my friend and nothing more.
And she's
because
like,
you're my friend.
Is there anything I can do to help you with this very specific thing? And he's like, no. And she's like, okay, then I won't worry about it.
That is literally her response to that. There is nothing I can do, so I will not worry about this.
And then Phantom tries to push him in front of a truck while he's jogging.
Yeah.
Turns out only to injure him so he wouldn't participate in the operation.
Which is taking a lot of risk, because that's a big truck.
Yeah. Because what if he got isekai'd because of that?
Yeah. What if girly Air Force transitioned into an isekai in the last, 2 episodes?
Yeah. But she tells him that she thinks that the Americans are planning on, basically not succeeding.
It's a suicide mission, and the Americans know.
Because they only have one anima, and they know Japan has way more than them, so it would be beneficial if Japan loses a lot in that, and then they can just push their drones after.
Yeah, and it'll give them more
combat data.
It'll give more combat data for freaking drones.
I wonder if they plan on sacrificing Rhino too in that, because that's their only one.
It kind of seems like they are, because if they're just willing to throw everything at it, if they're willing to back the drones as hard as freaking Robo Jerkoff wants to,
and you know how much we Americans love drones.
Yeah, this dude really loves drones. Like that. American science man is a dick, and he really likes drones.
Yeah.
And, fuck him.
And Rhino throws a party for everyone on their aircraft carrier.
Yeah. Turns out the American soldiers are a lot more hospitable to robot people
than the Japanese ones.
Yeah, they're like, it's party. Let's do it.
And then Phantom and Kay are just being wallflowers there, and Rhino shows up and almost starts antagonizing Phantom, being like, hey, I know this is kind of like a young, hip, and happening party. I probably should have planned it more based around an old lady.
Yeah, and basically she pushes her to join the party and start drinking.
Yeah, and so then she's like, fucking call me an old lady, and then she starts pounding beers.
Pounding beers, kid. Alongside Eagle, who's been pounding drinks the whole time, because of course she has. Which, to me, kind of seems like they're taking advantage of the retarded girl. Because Eagle strikes me as being developmentally disabled.
Eagle is not that intelligent, no.
No. But they both pound some beers.
She's
And
like, I'm the strongest. And Rhino's just like, yeah, I heard you're really strong. Okay, we're cool.
I like this one. I like the American Planes. They know what's up.
Yeah.
And then Rhino and Kay have a chat. It's like a bunch of little stuff that's like, Rhino knows there's more to Rhino, guys.
Yeah, where basically she's like, hey, know that I hope we have, like, get to keep, like, this sort of relationship. But, if the United States and Japan ever went at it.
Yeah, our government is preparing for a suspicion war on your government. So, like, maybe.
Yeah.
But that's sort of, it's a setup episode.
Yeah, so next episode we get the battle to take back Shanghai. And we get to see Rhino actually in a plane.
Yeah. Oh, also, Kay and Minghua speak Chinese to each other a little bit.
Like one sentence.
Yeah, I don't know what they're saying, because it's a Japanese show, so they dub the Japanese into Chinese. And it's like, yes, I do know that is Chinese. I don't speak that language, though, so thanks.
I don't either.
Luckily, The Price of Smiles is all subtitled in English.
We are almost done with this show that has taken a huge nosedive in terms of its production.
It is
not good to look at.
No, it is a marked decline in visual detail.
Oh, every other, like, shot of, like, a group. If there's more than one person in, like, a scene, it's just, look at the background characters. Everyone's eyes are, like, not lined up, half drooping.
Shit, there are scenes in this episode where some of the foreground characters are looking kind of fucked up.
Some of the foreground characters look rough. It's to the point where it's like, hey, do you think I could get a job being a background artist at whatever studio this is? If, like,
probably.
If that's the level of quality they're looking for, I can at least provide that.
I'm hoping it's just like, guys, we used up all our budget on kinda okay mech fights. Be quick. We don't have the money to pay you.
We got one episode left after this. Basically, this episode sets up that the group is kind of sad that the commander died, and Huey is being an asshole.
Because that's all Huey does.
But then they find out Huey, because they're all like, hey, let's donate money when we get our next paycheck to the commander's orphanage. And Huey's like, that's dumb. You all are dumb. And they're like, Huey, you're an asshole. And then they go and do it.
Yeah, I know.
Then they go and do it, and then they find out, they're like, oh, yeah, Huey was here earlier, and he just donated some money. And they're like, he's an asshole, but he's not an asshole.
He's an asshole on the outside.
Yeah.
But no one's 100% a dick. We also, because this is like a dual episode. It cuts between them. So we learn that I kind of enjoyed the thinking behind this. Basically, the Kingdom of Soleil is like, hey, we're going to attack the capital.
We're going to take our capital back.
We're going to take our capital back. So you guys should defend the capital.
And they showed off a new weapon that they made that's like super long-ranged artillery.
Check out our super gun. We're going to use it to take back our capital.
So then they're like, scramble the forces at the capital.
What are you doing? Scramble the garrisons.
Are we blind? Scramble the garrisons.
Are we blind? Scramble the garrisons. And they do that. And they're like, while they're doing that, also, just like shoot a warning shot at them, but don't hit anybody.
Mm-hmm.
It just like, we'll keep them there while we go slip around. I'm pretty sure this show's gonna end. I don't know. I foresee two possible endings. Either super downer ending where they just straight up murk the Soleil people on their way to the Empire of Verde.
Or like it somehow actually ends up like the OP.
Yeah.
But
I
would
team up to fuck up all technology on our planet.
Yeah. Basically, the plan of Yuki's plan is to slip behind with a special squad to sneak into the old Empire's territory and overload all the trash, the MacGuffins on the planet.
Cars.
And while they're doing that, Stella's team was actually stationed over there, and they spot them. and the episode ends with them engaging with basically the two groups engaging in combat.
Yeah.
And the twins are gonna go fight them.
Cliffhangers.
And I think the twins are gonna die, probably, maybe.
I think the twins are gonna die.
I feel like it has to have a downer ending to, like, go with, because look at that OP. We have one episode left and none of that happened.
Literally none of it.
None of that happened.
Everything about this show is a downer. So if it ended with a downer, it wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah. And if it does end with a downer, I will give it OP of the season.
Yeah, I kind of hope it does. Just because it's like, hey, none of that happened. What a good... You got me, show.
Yeah, you just put a red herring right at the beginning.
Good on you.
Yeah.
I didn't think that I would be so taken aback by how just... Because, man, this show is fucking depressing.
Yeah, you weren't there last.
Sucks.
You weren't here last week, but like the commander thing, I was just like, I wasn't even like that. I don't know. I got to the point where I'm so used to everyone dying that I'm not even broken up about it. Like, I expected Commander Dude to die.
I did.
In fact,
as well.
That was a pretty decent death because him and Harold just kill each other. Or I expected him to die in a worse way, like getting betrayed by his own party.
I am glad that is how both of those characters died, because it was like two very good people killed each other. I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
I would be real mad if one of them died to a jobber.
Yeah.
Or, like, got stabbed in the back.
Yeah, they just... they took out each other, and I'm fine with that.
Yep.
And next week, I feel Stella's mom, I think, is going to die.
Yeah. I think, fuck, what's her name?
I don't remember.
Blue hair lady in the Empire who
Stella's
raised...
mom.
Yeah.
That's just the easiest thing to call her.
It's kind of their mutual mom.
Yeah.
Because she did raise...
Mutual mom.
Mutual mom. Yeah, she's dead. I can feel it in my very bones.
It's either going to be that downer ending or they destroy all the technology on the planet and everyone's around campfires smiling because it's like, hey, we don't get to fight like normal. Maybe you guys aren't so bad. The price of smiles. There you go. Have a great show. 10 out of 10. Recommend every season.
I want it to end with they destroy all technology and people are sitting around the campfires and they're like, this fucking sucks.
I'm cold. I'm hungry.
Why'd you have to do this in winter? Why?
Yeah.
Everyone knows it's getting colder. It sucks. I hate... Screw the royal family.
Also, like, that would be a weird ending just because is that going to fix everything? It's just like...
No.
Yeah.
You're going to basically put everyone... People, we can't go to war. I'm going to send everyone back to the Stone Age to prevent war, or to stop this war.
Sticks and rocks! Sticks and rocks!
I know, you're gonna have people freaking knifing each other on the field of battle.
I'm pretty sure that's not gonna shut down their like, handguns either.
Yeah, I don't think the handguns run on... MacGuffins. They run on bullet power.
Yeah. So...
MacGunfins.
They get to have regular war.
Yeah.
Traditional war.
Go back to conventional combat, which we've definitely seen the Empire is a lot better at.
Yeah, because, they're actually all wearing, like, their tactical uniforms where the kingdom's all dressed fucking stupid. Like,
I'm dressed in my formal garb.
Yeah, I'm dressed like I'm a knight.
But without the armor.
Yeah, without the armor. I'm dressed like a fucking flamingo.
I'm bright red.
Yeah.
Yeah, is not good.
But yeah, we're done next week with that though.
Yeah.
Last one. We get to see what happens.
We get to see our big finale. And if you would like to see the big finale, or at least listen to us talk about the big finale,
ring that bell.
Ring that bell.
Subscribe.
Subscribe to our channel.
Or follow us on Twitter at Protagonist Seat.
There are fire memes on there.
Sometimes.
Occasionally, there are fire memes on there.
I have not posted anything this week because I am having creative fatigue.
Yeah, and it's just like...
There wasn't a lot I could meme this week.
Yeah, there weren't a lot of good memes for stuff. The only thing that would make a good meme was the JoJo scene, because I did see a meme that I thought was pretty good. It was Mista and Narancia beating that dude down, and Mista and Narancia are subbed anime and dubbed anime, and the dude on the ground is live action adaptation. And it goes, the Abakio at the table is manga readers, and he just takes a sip and then gets up and starts beating the dude down.
That's good.
It's pretty good. I gotta remember to save that.
If I see that, I'll retweet it.
Is good stuff. But anyway, thanks for tuning in.
Yeah.
Feel free to tune in next week.
Yeah, only like 3 more weeks until we do the season awards.
Yeah, we gotta do our research. We gotta come in fully prepared, do nothing on the spot.
Yeah.
And we're not
gonna discuss it 10 minutes prior to shooting.
Yeah, we're gonna be super professional. Maybe. Probably. Yeah. Probably not.
Yeah, nothing is professional, consistent, or quality here. And that's how we intend to keep it.
Otherwise, we might have to move out of our dumpster.
Yeah. We might have to, move into maybe a...
we might have to break into the old apartment.
Yeah. Break into the old apartment.
I only remembered that because I made that musical reference at work today. That's the only reason.
All right. See you later.
Goodbye.